Hello, Starseeds. I'm here to validate you that you are telepathic and that you are processing so much for the collective all the time. And you don't need to use words in the same way. And even a lot of times, the use of words feels very superficial to you or shallow or just it doesn't even really get the point across because a lot of times what people say, you actually feel the vibration behind it, that it's not actually the most authentic way of expressing themselves. So you're tuning into so much more depth. You're tuning into a whole, like the words are just the tip of the iceberg, and then you're feeling all the emotion behind it. You're feeling, are they lying? Are they enthusiastic? Are they hesitant about whatever they're saying? So I just want to validate you that you are telepathic. And what's been happening to me with my other high level spiritual friends or starseed friends or beings who have come to this earth at this time to help the humans evolve is we often go into spontaneous long periods of silence and eye gazing. And I believe that this is the new way of advanced therapy. Honestly, I'm trained in psychology. I have a master's degree in psychology, and I have worked in a clinic in San Francisco. And talk therapy can be very limiting because it's in the head. Of course, a good therapist will bring you into your heart, will bring you into your body, into your emotions. But talk therapy can be detrimental if you're talking yourself in loops of the story, because words, although they're powerful and they are important, there's more to it than that. And the truth of simply being can be more powerful. So, Starseeds, I want to validate you that you're feeling more. That you may come into a situation and you may see someone smiling or you may see someone seeing something, but you're really perceiving all these other layers of what's going on, and that is real. And you might feel crazy because if you try to address that, then they're like, what are you talking about? I would never do that. I would never say that. I would never think that. But what you're feeling into is the shadow. Now, the shadow is not bad. The shadow is simply what has not come into the light yet. So we are actually really dynamic beings. We are really dynamic, and our real full expression is really diverse. It's really quirky. It's really individual per each person. And this is really going to look different all around the globe and for everyone. And so, for most of us, because we're coming out of this old paradigm where we had less light on the planet, just think of a color palette. And so, just imagine that we have a certain amount of light and then the rest is in the dark. And so, all of these quirky behaviors or sensual expressions that want to come through have to just get shoved down. But as we're coming into this period on the planet where there's just more light and we're able to hold more light and the earth herself is holding more light, we are bound to have more dynamic human expressions. This means that our personalities will be bigger, that we will be able to hold more dynamic truths rather than things just being black and white. They're going to be black, white, gray, rainbow, clear, invisible, and ever changing. And so, how do we hold all of that? This is the work. This is the work of spiritual awakening. And many of us who have had lifetimes on other planets or in more advanced societies, this is already integrated. But it's still also new to do this in the human experience, because a lot of times, if we express ourselves to the humans, like if we see, say, a human is interacting with you in their limited light way, like they're showing you their smiley face, they're showing you this certain part of the expression of their being, but you're perceiving so much more and all else that wants to come through. If you address this, this could be really disturbing for them. So hold it gently, let them go at their own pace. Not everyone is going to actually choose to let all of this light in, because this light actually appears to be darkness. Because what the light does is at first it shines the light on all of this stuff that has been in the dark. But it's not that this stuff is bad or is dark in and of itself. It simply just is, and it has been in the dark, which allows it to accumulate dust, accumulate bad habits. It's neglected. It's acting demonic because it's hungry for light. It's hungry for love. But when we first turn on the lights and we see all that we are, it can be really scary. And this is kind of the dark night of the soul part of the spiritual awakening that I think a lot of people in the collective are going through. And for us who are leading the way, we've already been through all of this. Like, we've already seen all the disturbing stuff that's inside of us to the point that it's not disturbing anymore. And we accept that this is just the reality of what is. And that we are very dynamic beings, and that it's only when we neglect or deny or shove in the dark these aspects of ourselves that they behave in disturbing ways. And so if we can let the fullness of our being be shown, be honored, be loved, then we're just a dancing rainbow. So Starseeds, I want to honor you. I want to honor your experience. You are having a different experience than many people, but the humans are waking up and you're doing a good job, and you came here to go first. So it's important for you to stay grounded and stay in your human body and stay in your human experience, and to keep breathing into it even though it's uncomfortable. And just be patient with the humans as they are waking up or are not waking up, because when they first turn the lights on, it's going to look like a mess. It's going to look really disturbing. It's going to look scary. They're going to think they're bad, but really it's just all information, and it can be taken neutrally. So happy ascension, and if you need guidance in this process, you can always find me at lovelikeanocean.com. Mwah.